Guys,
I don't know what we're doing. I don't know.
think we might be out of our element here. Good morning, Lite, Brite Nation.
Good morning. Good, fantastic morning.
We wanted to welcome you to our new Roam Home.
Did you sleep good? Is that why you're all... What do you got? I'm not even enticing. What? Whoa. Ow. Ow. Ow.
She obviously slept fantastic because she's got all the energy right now.
Chill.
Get him.
Ow. Ow.
That's what you get.
Ow.
Teaching her bad manners.
Ow. So first time setting this up and sleeping in it, and okay, it was good. It was really, really, really good. So normally we're in a ground tent on an air mattress that sometimes deflates in the night.
It's okay though. It's been comfortable, but I didn't know what I was missing.
Yeah,
until this.
I thought that the setup and teardown of this wasn't going to be worth the sleep. I'm like, it's a tent. You're sleeping outside.
We'll get okay sleep. And
I was
it's just
completely
gonna be
wrong,
dude.
I was completely wrong.
That's the best camping sleep I have had ever. But there's a reason for this. Okay, so normally on the air mattress, we're sleeping on the ground, and that cold from the ground seeps up. And so it's really difficult to get cozy from the air mattress on the ground tent. We used to have sleeping bags, lots of blankets, etc. to make it work. And it got, I don't know, maybe 40-something degrees, high 40s last night. Oh, high 30s last night. It got cold. No buddy heater last night. No heating source at all.
No sleeping bag.
No sleeping bag. We literally just have this comforter here. Being up in the air meant that our body heat heated this thing up, and we had all these tent flaps closed, and it just like retained warmth.
Yeah,
so well.
So this thing's the mat that comes with it. It's pretty thick and insulated.
Yeah. So this is a 3-inch foam mattress that comes with the tent. But Kevin and I figured, let's make this as comfortable as possible. So we went the extra mile and got this, which
is a 2-inch.
Is a 2-inch
gel infused, memory foam. Now,
mattress.
I mean, that's nothing new. People do this all the time in their tents and everything. And then we just took their lead and said, "Hey, let's go do that." And oh my goodness,
it was like I was sleeping on a mattress at home. It was so comfortable,
and it's quiet and dark.
It was when you shut all of this up. So our old tent, that was an issue too. When the sun came out, you woke up because it got bright real quick. But this stuff is so well
insulated and thick
that when everything shut, the sun was out and it didn't feel like it was 8 a.m. It felt like it was 5 a.m. still. It was just like, I think it's morning time. Anyways, guys, this is amazing. Now, setting it up actually didn't take all that long. I think maybe like 10 minutes. And we're probably going to get quicker at it since that was our first time really doing it all at once. So hopefully we'll get a little bit quicker, but it wasn't that bad. And we're about to find out how long it'll take us to set it all back up.
Right. So I'm curious how long it's going to take to put it away, because generally ripping things apart and setting them up is a lot faster than having to nicely and neatly put things away. And I'm ADD, Brittany's OCD. So let's see how long this takes.
So now what's really cool about the mass rack system from American Adventure Labs is not only do we not have to be on level ground to set up our rooftop tent because it pivots, but also it leaves the roof completely clear for all sorts of other goodies. So if you have other hobbies that you like to enjoy when you go out camping or traveling, like biking, kayaking, skiing, snowboarding, anything like that, you have the full roof rack clear for you to actually mount all of those things.
Not only that, once you lock this, everything in here is now secure because you can't open the tailgate, and your rooftop tent actually secures. Like, there's stuff in here, but I can't. Like, here's
imagine kind of like a tonneau cover. Yeah. Basically, all of our crates and all of our belongings inside the bed of the truck itself are secure because the tailgate's locked.
And I can't get it out because it's all locked. I think that's actually pretty awesome.
Extra benefit. Oh. All right, so now don't worry if you don't have any other hobbies other than off-roading, and so you don't need all that space up top. American Adventure Labs does make your typical bed rack as well for a normal rooftop tent. But if you don't have a Gladiator at all and you don't need a bed rack at all, American Adventure Labs actually makes a couple other things for all of you other JL owners. Brite, can you take a moment? I know you already packed up. Can you take a moment to kind of go over it? So we've shown his mass storage system before. So the mass, it's modular adaptable storage system, right?
Yep, you got it.
We have a couple
By the
things.
way, this is Britt, the owner of American Adventure Labs.
Hey guys.
Brite, Lite Nation, Britt. So he owns American Adventure Labs. We went wheeling with him yesterday. We're gonna go hit a trail today as well. But before we leave, I kind of wanted to show some of this stuff because it's pretty cool and we don't have it on the stepchild yet.
This should make all my OCD followers, all of our OCD followers, like in heaven right now.
This makes me super happy. So you have MASS, which is your modular adaptable storage system. And this is basically like Legos for big kids, and it's pretty rad. So you have this whole setup that you can arrange and equip in almost any way or method that you want, including drawers, fridge sliders, and everything like that. They also have this right here, which is called their Versatable. So it's a regular table, right? But you have the MOLLE webbing here. You also have magnetic strip there, and you have a bottle opener right there, which is kind of cool also.
The built-in bowl opener. This is where you put like spoons and knives and forks and
then of course, speaking of lights, you also have cargo lights that they've just created. But check this out, you gotta get closer.
Oh.
So look, close them. You see?
Is it on?
Boom.
Oh.
And now they're off. And now they're open. And now they're off. And now they're open. So what's a little bit different about American Adventure Labs is they run off of a magnet, so you can keep them on all the time. The moment you close it up, they turn off on their own. And they do have a switch,
They have a toggle switch, and then here's the magnet that turns it on and off.
And then you also have a remote ARB setup right here. So the actual compressors are mounted way down below here, but it's all set up so you can access it remotely here, including a refrigerator plug, so you don't have to use this one here. Now on top of that, obviously, you've also got the MASS cargo shelf, and this is the really cool part. So once you usually install that whole MASS right there, you end up with this kind of void behind the seat, right? This unusable space. So they've also created this, which is your MASS back seat shelf.
That's cool.
So it basically gives you full access to every square inch of space that you have in your Jeep. So again, it's like Legos for big kids, which is pretty cool.
Now, before we hit another trail today, last night on our way back up Schnebley Hill, I started hearing intermittent clunking going on, and that is something that you always have to pay attention to. If you're driving, you're off-roading, and all of a sudden your vehicle's making a noise that you hadn't heard before, pay attention to that kind of stuff because it could mean something's wrong. So this morning, again, gotta have a big crescent wrench here because we have some big joints with this rock crawler lift. This morning I started going over the vehicle, kind of shaking arms, shaking the shocks, checking all the bolts, just doing a nut and bolt check because Schnebley Hill was a really rough road. And sure enough, the right lower control arm, the jam nut was backed off, and that control arm had a little bit of play in it, and that was the knocking that I had found. You don't even have to be doing hard stuff, but it's always good to go over or just pay attention to your rig. If there's any shaking, any noises, any different rattles or creaks, try to take the time to look it over so that way you're not stranded on the trail, because that's something that could end up have been worse and just messed up our day on the trail.
Now remember, the foster child, aka this Jeep Gladiator that we are currently sitting in, is up for grabs. We are giving it away, and you must be an E3 off-road member in order to be entered to win. Now, if you're not already part of our premium membership, you can head on over to e3offroad.com to join the fun and be part of the family. We're always dropping new content and fun, awesome stuff on the site, and we're always giving you behind the scenes and sneak peek looks into what's going on with the Gladiator build. Now, with that being said, I think it is about time we try to find at least one trail, right?
Something.
Okay, go. Oh my God.
Can you tell?
Yeah. So both our front and rear sway bar are disconnected right now.
Well, during my morning nut and bolt check this morning, when I found that control arm, well, the rear sway bar was missing a bolt completely.
So the end link was just like hanging.
The end link was just hanging down.
And we don't have a bolt to replace it, so rear sway bar is disconnected, and the front sway bar, we're heading to the trail, so we just left it disconnected, so we have no sway bars.
And it's just literally, I can go bump stop to bump stop, like left to right.
It's so sketchy on the road.
Look for the moon inside. We're told 1,000 times. Our ritual is to provide. With gloves we sacrifice. Our spaceship split tonight. The crowd enjoys what should be free.
All right, you guys, so really quick, wanted to show you this. So this is Broken Arrow. This is the trail that we did yesterday in the Gladiator. It's the first official trail we've ever done in the Gladiator. And what we wanted to show you is what it looks like in comparison
So there's a little dot right there.
to the Peace Trail, which is the trail that we will be doing in just a few days.
That's not even all of it.
So there's the Peace Trail, and there, if you can see it right there, was Broken Arrow. So this is what we're gearing up for. Guys,
I don't know what we're doing.
I think we might be out of our element here. So the Peace Trail is a 750-mile trail.
And that's if you don't do any of the out and backs or anything else. I think that's if you just do
stay
the loop.
on the trail, like the main loop. It should take us like a week and a half to 2 weeks. There will be places that you can stop off, like cities and towns, if you wanted to do the trail and stay in hotels and stuff. We're going to try not to do that. We're going to try to make this an actual overlanding thing. The only time we'll stop is for fuel, whenever we get to a point where we really need to refuel. But other than that,
I'm going to take 4 gallons of fuel with me just in case, so that should get us out of any kind of harm's way of running out of fuel. But other than that, we're going to try to take all the water, all the food. We're going to try to take showers in rivers and lakes.
For the record, we've never done anything like this before, ever. Like, we've camped, but I think the most we've ever camped is like
3-4 days.
a couple days here and there.
Yeah.
Like, and then like we'll pack up, we'll go wherever, and then we'll go to the next spot for a couple days. But we've never done this, so it should be interesting.
Me, a woman, and our dog. My woman, my wife.
So today we are going to hit a trail that would lead us to what was called the Vultee Arch. And well, back there was also the Devil's Bridge. Those are two things we kind of wanted to check out. But what we discovered, because we're not adults and we don't do research apparently, is that the actual OHV section of the trail stops right here where we are. And then you have to hike 1.5 miles. Jellybean! 1.5 miles to get to the actual Vultee Arch.
And 1.5 miles isn't bad, but we weren't really prepared to hike it all.
I'm good. You see that sun? That sun? It is bright. It is hot. It is also really windy today. And I'm not about that life. I'm not about hiking. That's why we have a Jeep, right? We're going to skip that. Yeah. We're going to go back towards, because the Devil's Bridge was back that way. We're going to go back that way and see if that's maybe less of a hike and more of a walk. And if it is, then we'll go check that out. But we'll see. We're playing it by ear, guys. Welcome to the Van Daren cabin, which, if the little placard is telling the truth, was built in 1924. And you're like, wow, this is super rad. Look how old it is, right? And then you look at those beautifully built rafters. Still pretty cool, but I thought that was kind of funny. It's crazy. We're out like in the middle of nowhere.
So hot.
Cabins built in 1924. Guys, it's just no one for endless miles, right? Except for, this beautiful modern golf course right here. It's no one for miles. No, it's really pretty though out here for sure.
0.7 miles.
We're going on this grueling hike, guys.
That's the
gonna
distance between where we are right now and the Devil's
It's
Bridge.
gonna be almost a mile and a half there and back.
What is the Devil's Bridge?
We have no idea.
We have no idea what we're going to go see. We gotta hike 0.7 miles to get there.
It's so funny if you tripped. None of these people seem super happy that they're coming back from this place.
Halfway to the Devil's Bridge.
My butt crack's right here.
Oh, gross, Kevin.
Actually, no,
That'd be Devil's Canyon.
that's the Devil's Canyon, not the Devil's Bridge.
So we just asked a lady that walked by
So
if
old
the
Italian
Devil's
lady or something.
We said, "Is the Devil's Bridge worth it?" She goes, kinda. Granted, though, I think she probably hiked
They
the
have to
entire
walk
way
3.5
here,
miles.
which is 3.5 miles.
There and back.
We drove
So-
most of the way here, so we're only having to hike 0.7. So
So they're
maybe
having to walk
0.7.
They're having to walk 7 miles. We only have to walk a mile and a half.
So
Not
maybe
even.
0.7 miles will make it a lot more worth it than 7 miles. Mile and a half, 7 miles, whatever.
Full freaking marathons.
You know what's super crazy? People do this for fun. Oh God. Don't film and hike at the same time. Okay. Almost there.
Oh!
So what they don't tell you is the last 1/10 of a mile is like straight uphill. We're not even there yet, but it's not half bad of a view.
Don't jump anything. No. Go around. Not even playing. No. No. Just go around. Because I'd have to kill you if you fell. Yeah. If you weren't dead, I'd come murder you. This is pretty cool, though.
So it turns out 1.5 miles, worth it.
That was actually
Definitely wouldn't have been worth 7 miles though. I would not have. As we were driving back, I was like, God, that sucks. If you were a regular hiker and that is something that you enjoy doing, more power to you because
I probably wouldn't be so fat if I actually hiked.
I think we're just not in shape enough for it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah.
Anyways, didn't do like much trail riding, so to speak, in Sedona, but
Enough to shake this down.
enough to literally shake it down. The rocky trails, if we were gonna have any bolts, nuts, or whatever come loose, this was the way to do it, which they
came
did.
loose.
They did. They came loose. So we're heading somewhere very special. You'll have to wait until the next video to find out. But we're heading somewhere very special to specifically check on the Gladiator. And
we've got boxes and boxes. We got like 8 boxes worth of stuff to install on this thing.
Yeah, we're not ready to go on the Peace Trail just yet. We've got a few goodies left up our sleeve. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Remember, you can find all your Lite Brite Nation merch at LiteBriteStudios.com. All of your Lite Brite Nation decals at PixelDecals.com. And of course, don't forget about E3Offroad.com if you guys want to enter to win this Gladiator right here. Guys, love you so much. And we will see you next time. Bye. Say bye, guys. Guys, look at this dog right here. Look at her. Look at her. Jelly, what are you doing? Are you sunbathing? Oh, you're just laying out in the sun? Look at that expression of bliss.
Oh. Oh God, such a hard life you have.
It's like a little piglet.
It's just like a little piglet.